it's interesting you said the size of this show, because my final or not my final, like one of the things I reacted to is of the seasons of Jack Ryan, this one felt the most like Clear and Present Danger, which is my favorite of the Jack Ryan films, other than Hunt for Red October, because you can't really go wrong with that, with the original. But that's one of my favorites, and I think it felt like it was really just a huge, big budget movie, right?
I mean, I think that's why they kind of limited this season to 6 episodes, so they could really, really focus on, the best production values possible, the best. And even then, it felt like we needed more time. It's hard to do 6 hours of content, and that's like 3 movies right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and it's unbelievable how many there's so many scenes that I wasn't privy to. So me as a fan just watching, I was amazed at just how much story they were able to squeeze into each episode.
Oh yeah.
So, and then, and you were saying it's great that they didn't over explain, and there was exposition that we actually shot, and those were I love the cuts that they cut a lot of that stuff out, and you just had to
Hmm.
fill in the blanks yourself,
Yeah.
especially between the family. And you'd mentioned earlier The Godfather, and of course every kind of movie or TV show always refers back to The Godfather. But there are so many scenes in this movie where you could say, "Oh, yeah, that's that scene from The Godfather." That's
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially when
Uh,
it's a gangster genre and there's so much yeah. And the other movie that I kind of referenced early on because it's so similar in content, or the characters similar, is Casino.
oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, I
That's
always, because Chow Fa
Hmm.
does run this casino, and it's his baby. He, you know, that's the way I mean, you don't hear that in the exposition of it all, but he designed this casino. This is his kind of feeling of being in some quasi-legitimate business. And I think it's his hubris, right? His feeling that he can actually rise above the world that he came from. And I related, when I watched Casino again, I could really see, that was kind of De Niro's hubris.
yeah,
And yeah,
absolutely. I loved the casino scenes. I think it's episode 5 or the casino where where you're watching the monitors. And I was thinking as I'm watching you run the casino, I'm being like, "Ooh, I'd totally just watch the show where Chow Fa runs this awesome
Runs this
casino."
casino.
There's that show. That
Yeah,
would be a wild
absolutely.
show.
yeah, yeah,
um so
right.
in
And like Tintun is like his character's like Pesci's character, he's like much
Right.
more